Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs no matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Just listen to me. Feel me in your soul. Believe you can win. Believe you can win.
Jimmy on the beat, boy. Look. I miss y'all voice, I hate to hear you cry. ISUPK shit, it really changed my life. Brotherhood's a weapon, every day it's a fight. Said it's about the Lord work, we do this shit for Christ. But don't stop, we ain't doing to the end. Sending the blessing curses, hoping that you hear. Lord, I'm so sorry, I had to repent. That old man, that ain't gone, I know you people spirit. Had to come out the world and now I'm in the truth. I ain't no rapper, just a prophet in the booth. Open up the Bible and now I begin to read. Prophecies unfolded right here in front of me. Book of Revelation, you know it's gonna tell it all. The end is near, I know you see the sign. It's time for us to stop letting the blind lead the blind. And coming to the truth, I know you're tired of the lies. I miss your voice, I hate to hear you cry. ISUPK shit, it really changed my life. Yahweh, show me how a sharper rock a thug. Instead of asking the Lord to watch over me. Everything spiritual, it happened for a reason. Can't be thinking corner of this shit, or leave you bleeding. Vengeance of the Lord, you know he coming to sweep shit, man. Oh boy, you know he standing on business. Can't fall for anything, you gotta pay attention. The white man is the devil, and you best to believe it. Have my ancestors in case of change for no reason. I pray you understand, you know I had to face the east with it. One West for life, we the home of the truth. It best you come to class, we can teach you a lesson. Monday through Friday, 7 to 9, that's how we steppin'. Saturday and Sunday to 7 in the scripture breakdown. And we got camp with proper signs to the wind. Going to war with my brothers and doing to the end.
And do it to the end, I'ma ride with my niggas to the end, yeah. I keep a fight on me, I'm never by my loan. You think I'm alone, I got the angels in the curve, like a rock sign. I say, bitch, I try my ways, they tryna get me go back to my old ways. I say, bitch, I'm on the edge and I kill it on push. They love me when I'm drunk, they love when I'm killing niggas. Put the gun down, and them niggas said I'm puss. Ain't no fear in my heart, ain't no nigga gon' do nothing. Can't be better man, so my people can't do something. Bitch, I'm One West, been waiting for the day for a nigga come do something. I dare they try, look on the news, niggas died in the strange way. Seem like they get niggas, yeah, they gotta fight niggas. Hate when a nigga be 50-50, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Damn, hold on. I got my backpack. This should have everything.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle sat in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback to bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
I ain't finna tell you how I got away with this shit.
If I'm more right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no, no, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gon' work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gon' work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gon' work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I ain't regular out. Use a regular out. Took that bitch back. She
crazy out. Look how you living out. You look scary out. Can't fuck that bitch right, cause she be getting nailed out. You won't forgive her, ain't it? You wanna love her, don't you? Just know that love ain't for you. It's for the world, homie. I got some real homies. We don't pretend, homie. ISUPK, 1 West, we kicking field goals. Let that bitch lead, ho. She got them D's, though. With a little steak and ass pussy, she be going beast mode. She HIV, ho. You dirty ass skeet, ho. Don't get that shit up out your chest, bitch. Say what you gonna do now, what you gonna say now, what you gonna do to me? It is UPK, I'm shot too deep, bitch, better Google me. I put these girls all in my training camp like I relieve. I say what I do and I do what I say, bitch, what the fuck you mean? If I'm Moors, right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it, oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goes. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I get paper, bro. Got my standards up. You a munchkin out. Catching these out. Check my favorite out. I'm a player out. These niggas top block. Took your lead out. You shouldn't be worried about these broke ass bitches. And don't compare yourself to simp ass niggas. Had to shine a light on these disparate ass women. Cause they be tripping hard, acting like they different. But a bit be basic, bit be horn and bit be naked, faking, stinking, and shame is dirty, mouth bit be faking. I don't get too fucks about you, I wouldn't have put no baby in you. Bit be saying they got that paper, look, they let me itch. Done caught the penalty and my energy got me feeling me. Ice hitting on them, these diamond teeth that's into me. And I'm getting right and I'm stacking up and I'm getting to it. And these niggas hate but they can't touch cause I'm bulletproof. If I'm Moors, right, that's good business. She look good but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave the priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it, oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goes. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. Taking nothing back. Cause I ain't regular out.
Backstage.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
I'm about to go.
All right, shalom, Israel. We're at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. Most time Christ. I see you, Robert Tucker. You know what I mean? Most time Christ. I appreciate you checking in. I mean, this is the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class, which is the holy tongue. Lashawan means tongue or language, and Qadash means holy, which means separate. Right? We teach this class every Friday night, where we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their culture according to the Bible. A part of our culture is our language. You know what I mean? When our oppressor came in, you know what I mean, for the natives of what's now called America, when that land was stolen from them, and then when so-called African Americans were sold into captivity, we spoke a different language. We didn't speak English. You know what I mean? When our oppressor came and stole this land or sold us in captivity, they took our original language and they gave us a different language. Whereas the natives of what we now call America, it's like, I think the best one might be the black one. Black and red one. Those are probably the most healthy ones. But when our oppressor came and stole us and sold us, they taught or the Spaniards came and gave so-called Hispanics, which were natives to Central and South America, they gave them Spanish. And then when they sold so-called African Americans into captivity, they gave us English. Hey, it's all right. Stop. Go sit down. So then when you look at our language, when you look at our culture, when you look at Black people and Hispanics and Native Americans, because we all speak a different language, we all think that we're different people. So if we all learn our language, if we all learn the Lashawan Qadash, which is the separate language, the Lashawan, it's like you. You mind turning that camera real quick? You turn it on yourself. Or on the board, rather. It's like you. Turn it just a little more. You probably want to move it closer. Yeah. Just so the first board is visible. No, you good. Just adjust the camera so that on that right side, on the bottom, that knob right there, just turn it, and then you could just on the right side, yeah, right, your other right, and then yeah, there you go, and then just make the. And I just kind of want to hone in on this topic because I think this will help, or maybe it won't. You know what I mean? Because we've been sent to, you know what I mean, we've been sent to brothers and sisters who are stubborn. I mean, we are stubborn and stiff necked people. You know what I mean, so Lord willing, this will help, but maybe it won't. You know what I mean? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Now you good. Don't worry about it. You want it to be as close as possible. All right. You write down Lashawan Qadash. All right. Yeah, or in the English, and you can write it in the Hebrew as well. Uh-huh. You most time correct. I'm actually glad you did that because when you hear Yiddish, when you hear Yiddish, they'll pronounce like they have a lot of U's and what's it called? They have a lot of vowels. Like I mean, I don't even know how they. Let me think of a word. Let me think of a word in the Hebrew or in the Yiddish that they use. Well, we're about to go over a couple of the we're about to go over the what's it called? The pictographs, right? Like Abba, Gada, Hawaza, Khata, Yaka, Lama, Nasa, I, Pataza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Those are the pictographs. All right, or those are the Hebrew or the Lashawan Qadash characters, right? And all of those characters come from Hebrew words, right? Because all of them are pictographs, right? Salakia. But all of those words come from Hebrew words, which are pictographs. But if you notice, like if you follow, or if you've ever heard the Yiddish, or you ever heard the Ishman, you know what I mean, the small hat, you know what I mean, let me find a picture, so I ain't gotta keep on. Let me see. We just let Google. If I'm gonna be, you know what I mean, if I'm gonna be shut down, if this class gonna be, yeah, that's crazy. That was the first, the first picture. Yeah, they trying to trip us up. Let me see, Salakia. But if you look at there we go. But if you look at, let me see, share this tab instead, Salakia. But if you follow their language and you listen to how they pronounce, or even in the Bible, because your oppressor has such an influence on the Bible and how we perceive the Bible. Even if you look in, like, I think if you look in the book of Psalms, each psalm or each chapter in the book of Psalms, you might hand me, is there a, just give me any Bible. Let me see if, see what's in there. Let me see. The water. Oh, okay. Well, go sit down. But if you look in the book of Psalms, or if you look in, let me see. See what's in here. Let me just see. But in some Bibles, it's not in here. But if in some Bibles, it'll say, instead of like the pictographs we're about to go over, instead of saying Alap, Bayath, Gamal, Dalath, Hawa, Hana, Salakia. Instead of saying those things, it'll say Alep. It'll say Beth. It'll say Galef, or some nonsense like that. Like it'll say the Yiddish version, and it'll have vowels. It'll have E's and U's, like the brother wrote earlier. But in the Bible, or in the Hebrew, in the Lashawan Qadash, in the holy tongue, in the language that's separate, no matter who puts on your culture, no matter who tries to, like you see in this picture here, no matter who tries to imitate your culture and tries to pretend that they're the Israelites and the Jewish people, or the Jews according to the Bible, no matter who tries to pretend that they're us, this language is holy. This culture is holy, which means separate. So it don't matter. You can put on all the small hats, or the big hats, or the fake beards, or the twizzly, whatever the hell, Salakia, whatever the hell that is on the side of your head. You could put on all of that. That doesn't make you those people, because this culture is holy. It's separate, and it will always be separate. That's what, I mean. I think that's what separate means. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Aitazah, but I think that's what separate means. That means I will never be you, and you will never be me, no matter how much you claim to be the people that the Most High chose. No matter how you try to claim our culture, no matter how you try to speak the Hebrew, you are not these people. That's what holy means. You know what I mean? And it's like here. You go back. Let me get this off the screen. That's crazy that that's the first image. But that's why learning this language is so important. You know what I mean, you learn the Lashawan Qadash, you're learning your language. Your oppressor came and sold you into captivity and has sold you or taught you English, right? Your oppressor bought you or stole you from Central and South America, stole this land from you, robbed you, signed treaties with you, and broke those treaties. And then they taught you Spanish. You know what I mean? But we are the same people. Our language is the Lashawan Qadash, right? Lashawan meaning Salaki. I'm gonna go down there with you as a matter of fact. Salaki, mic check, mic. But Lashawan, and I'll write it in the let me flip this around because of course the Lashawan Qadash is written from right to left. The English is written from left to right, right? So see that the water. So La Sha One Qua Dash. All right. Yes. Lucky. What's going on? No, not right now. You have to wait. Wait, all right. As a matter of fact, here. Go ahead. Go. Go ahead. Go. But the word Lashawan comes from the word Lashan, right? La Shun. Now, what's the difference between Lashan and Lashawan? What's the difference? Right. Simple difference. What you got, Aitazah? Or anybody in the chat as well. And Slacky, I forgot to mention. You know what I mean? If you watch it online, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share it with your loved ones. Make sure you share it with whoever, whether you agree or disagree, no matter what. You hecklers, get in this chat, man. Don't be no cowards. I mean, I thought y'all had some heart. A second ago, hey, no. Huh? Okay, I got you. See. I thought y'all had some heart a second ago. You know what I mean? Brothers, or not brothers, like you. But you know what I mean? Oppressors, brothers, sisters, whoever. You know what I mean? Whether you're oppressor or whether you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans and you disagree with anything that we saying, you know what I mean? You ought to speak up. Don't be a coward. Don't be watching online and just, you know what I mean, try to get in at the last second, and then when we close in class, try to act like oh man, we don't try to act like we trying to ignore your questions. Get in here early. We teach the same time, the same thing every week in and week out, day after day. You know what I mean? If you really got something to say, go ahead, get up in here and say what you got to say. Refute this thing. You know what I mean? Don't be a coward. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's registering. I don't know. I might just be talking to brothers and sisters in the ISUPK because we understand that there are no cowards in here. I mean, if you're not in the ISUPK, that might not register to you. You might not know what a coward is. But I guess we'll see if you really believe what you claim that you believe in. And I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet that you don't believe in what you claim that you believe in. I'm willing to bet that you're just saying what you're saying to try to refute the ISUPK because we're actually following these law, statutes, and commandments. Like the scriptures say, these commandments are not grievous. So we're following these law, statutes, and commandments. We're following our culture. We're learning our language. And you don't have the courage to learn your language, to learn your culture, to understand these scriptures, and to follow these law, statutes, and commandments. So, of course, you got to refute. You got to try to battle and argue the whole time. You don't even believe in what's in the Bible. All right. But if I'm wrong, I'm willing to entertain the idea that I might be wrong. But until you get in here, that's my assumption about you. All right. But enough of that. If you got any questions or comments, you guys put them in the chat. If you got any answers to any of the questions that we asked during the class, you can always put them in the chat. You know what I mean? With that being said, what's the difference between Lashawn and Lashawan? That was enough time, right? I tried to stall a little bit, try to give brothers and sisters a little time to say what you got to say or answer the question. What you got, Itazah?
Con is it's missing a nah. It's missing a character.
It is missing a character, but it's not the nah, because there's a nah here and there's a nah here.
Oh, Salaki. It's missing the wah.
Gone. That's what it's missing. And what's the significance of the wah?
The wah will be part of the root word.
La. The wah means something. And I think you know what that means. I'll give you another shot. The wah means something, though. When it's in the middle of a word, it means something. I just read this comment. No, you're right. Hold on, give me 1 second though. Hey, Robert Tucker, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but is this what are you like? I want you to elaborate. I want you to elaborate on what you said in the chat. All right, Robert Tucker. All right, but con, yeah, it's a doing tense. So when you see a wah in the middle of a word, it's talking about what's being done. All right. So Lashun. Oh, go ahead.
That's why you say we don't say shallow warm because it's doing and it's like piecing. It's
con. Yeah, that's the whole point. Like that's why shalom is the wrong context. We don't say piecing to one another. All right. We say peace. Shalom is peace. Peace. Like if you walking past a brother and you want to greet the brother or you want to talk to a brother, you say peace. Even in English, you say shalom. All right. And that's the same with any word in the Hebrew. Right? You don't say piecing. Like so that's the same thing with Lashawan. The wa in the middle, like you just said, is talking about what's being done. Hey, go sit down. I see. I know. Go sit down. Go. But the Lashawan, the wa Salaki, the wa is talking about what's being done. All right. That's why we call it a doing tense. Now, when you first learning it, to make it easier to understand, we may compare it to like ing in the English. All right. But it's just talking about what's being done. And I'll give you an example. So Lashawan is language or tongue, right? Holy tongue. Lashawan Qadash, holy tongue. Lashun, right, is the root word for tongue. I hope I'm spelling this right in the English. So I like you. All right, but that's the English word for tongue. Lashan, like the muscle in your face that helps you talk. Right. Now the wa is talking about what the tongue is doing. Right. I'll give you another example. Adawan. Right. The word Adawan. It comes from, all right, now the ancient, since that's what we're doing. Adawan. The wa is the doing tense. All right. The wa is talking about what it derives from. Adawan derives from the word adan. It's just Adawan without the wa. That's all it is. All right. So if you drop the wa, just like Lashawan, if you drop the wa, it's Lashan. You take Adawan, you drop the wa, it's Adan. Adan means Lord. All right. Lord. But when you add a wa in the middle, it's talking about what your Lord is doing. Now he's being a Lord. That's why we say Khan Adawan Khan. Because when you say Khan Adawan Khan, that means you received an order. You received instruction. You received direction. So that's where that comes from. Your Lord is giving you instruction. So then you respond Khan Adawan Khan, because now your Lord is doing something. And that's the same with Lashawan. Lashan is the root word, which means tongue. Lashawan, now we're talking about what your tongue is doing. Your tongue is speaking a language. That's where that comes from. All right. You got a napkin or something? Or? Yeah. But this language is real easy. This language is real easy because this is our language. Like we just tap into our language. We just tap into our culture, what we've been doing for thousands of years, what was stolen from us. It'll come to us easy. You know what I mean? Really, like if you're a so-called African American man and you speak English, English is your second language. We might think that English is our first language. English is your second language. The Lashawan Qadash is your first language. This is the language that, look up for me Louis de Torres. But the Hebrew, the Lashawan Qadash, is your first language. And I'm gonna prove it to you right now. I mean, when Christopher Columbus came over on the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria to America in 1492, right? This is what I'm sure everybody familiar with the story of Christopher Columbus. There's a holiday named after him. It was Columbus Day, and then it was changed to Indigenous Peoples Day, and then Trump, because he's a deliberate monster. You know what I mean? His whole point of his presidency is to show that he's for white supremacy and against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So then he changed it back from Indigenous Peoples Day, when he could have just left it as Indigenous Peoples Day. It wouldn't have hurt nobody. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we didn't get no money from that. We didn't get no, you know what I mean, no political power from that. We didn't get anything other than having the name changed from Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. And when he got into office, he changed it back to Columbus Day. It's because he's an advocate for white supremacy. But when Christopher Columbus came over here to colonize America, which was already inhabited by Israelites, he brought a he brought a Hebrew scholar with him by the name of Louis de Torres. What you got, Actor Zakabar?
Con on the one con. Louis de Torres was a converser, a Jewish person who was forced to convert to Christianity or be put to death according to the Spanish Inquisitions.
Inquisition. So this is what I was talking about. Listen up. So this is what I was talking about. Christopher Columbus was a pioneer, if I can say that, a pioneer of the colonization and the forerunner of the Spanish, or one of the forerunners of the Spanish Inquisition. You know what I mean? Of Spaniards and Europeans colonizing America. All right. And he brought Louis de Torres with him, who was Hebrew linguist. Go ahead, read on.
Kanawankan de Torres was chosen by Columbus for his knowledge of Hebrew.
He was doing what?
He was chosen.
It was random.
He was chosen by Columbus.
No, was it random?
He was chosen.
No, it was just the what did they call it? No, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Ain't that what they teach you in schools? What did that say?
De Torres was chosen by Columbus for his knowledge of Hebrew.
He was chosen by Columbus for his knowledge of Hebrew. Why? Because there was a Hebrew or a Lashawan Qadash speaking people already here. That's why Louis de Torres was chosen. Does it say any more on that?
No.
But that's the whole point of Louis de Torres. That's the whole point of what's his name? Christopher Columbus being, you know what I mean, coming over here. That's the whole point of, you know what I mean, the colonizers coming over here and stealing the land from the so-called Native Americans and selling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans into captivity and all the diabolical things they did to us. That's the whole point, because they knew that we were over here. Otherwise, what did they have a need for a Hebrew scholar for? If they were discovering a land that had no people on it, what's the whole point of having a linguist? There's nobody here. You're discovering it, right? You discovered America. But if you're discovering a place that has nobody on it, and you're the first people to set foot on this land, then what do you need a linguist for? The reason why you need a linguist is because you're translating a language from a people that speak a different language than you. That's the reason why you need a linguist. And that's the whole point of Christopher Columbus coming over here. So the Lashawan Qadash, the Hebrew, is our first language. Spanish for our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Portuguese for our Brazilian brothers and sisters. Patois for, who speaks Patois? The Benjamites, the Caribbean island, what's it called? The Jamaican Salakia. That's your second language. English for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's your second language. Your first language is the Hebrew. All right. Salakia, Aitaza, you go ahead and put the pictographs up here. But each pictograph has a meaning. All right. And this is the language, this is the way that we wrote. It was a very straightforward and straight to the point language. All right. You can stop right there. All right. And just stand to the side. So the first character, is write a lot underneath it. A lot. Right. A lot means cow, like a head of a cow. Right. That's what a lot means. And you'll see all these words. And this is I recommend brothers and sisters to digest what we're going over right now. Because if you can write this down in your notes, if you can digest this and internalize this, then you'll get not only will you understand the pictographs and the characters and you'll be able to memorize it, but it'll give you a whole bunch of root words. All right. So is a lot. And then it'll help you identify each character. So you don't have to look at each character and be like, oh, what is that? Oh, dang, what I knew what that was. What was that? You don't have to try to guess or try to memorize what that is. It'll give you an idea once you see it. All right. So is the ox head or alap. Alap means cow. All right. And that's why the in the Lashawan Qadash looks like a sideways A. Or Salaki, not a sideways A, Salaki. You got me saying it wrong. the looks like a sideways cow's head. That's how you want to teach it. All right. It looks like a sideways cow's head because that's where it comes from. Right. Now, when you say it looks like a sideways A, you're teaching the Hebrew as if it's English. The whole point of us teaching the Lashawan Qadash, you can stop right there. But the whole point of us teaching, yes. Go ahead. The whole point of us teaching the Lashawan Qadash is so that we can get away from the English, remember? So that we can speak our first language. Our first language is this. So you don't want to teach it from the perspective of English. You get me? Right. So when you teach it, it's a sideways ox's head because a lot means cow or an ox because an ox is a male cow. So it's just a sideways ox head. All right. All right. The next one is Bayath. Bayath. Right. With a tha at the end. You got Bayah written down. You're right. You can erase the A at the end. Yeah, the water. Bayath is a house. Right. Right. Like when we and this is a real life example, right? This is why learning this is so important because we use these words constantly. We use them with one another. Either we use them with one another or we use them while we read in the prayers during Sabbath service, or we use them when in the salute when we salute one another daily, or we see them during Sabbath service when we're reading the Lashawan Qadash in Bible Hub, right? Or Blue Letter Bible or whatever you use when you doing Sabbath service. I think most brothers use Bible Hub, right? And it becomes a sight word over the over time. But Bayaf means house. Like in the prayer for the school that we do every Sabbath service, it says Yahweh ba Shem Yahweh Baba Kasha Barak Lalanwa. I can't remember what it says off the top of my head. It's like you might hand me that the white binder. But it says, bless us and Israel. Oh, why Yasharala Wa bayaf saparium, right? Bayaf means house. Sapar means book. Saparium is books, house of books, which is school. A house of books is a school, right? But this word is in a prayer that we say constantly. Bayaf. All right. So learning this it's just gonna help you understand and learn the Bible. It's gonna help you understand and learn the Hebrew. But if you lock in on this, it's only if you lock in on this. This is a good start. All right. Go ahead. So Ba is Bayaf, which means house. Ga is what? What you got, Itazai? And you can if you want to elaborate or you want to talk on it, then you can do your thing as well. What you got, Itazai? You go ahead and grab the mic.
Khan Khan. I was gonna say for the god, the character kind of like it's a it's a camel. The pictograph will be a camel like the hump in a camel's back.
Con. Con. Now that's exactly what that is. The hump of a camel. So anytime, and it's a word that you see commonly. It's a word that you see commonly in the scriptures because that was a common mode of transportation, right? So when you especially in like Genesis, Exodus, when you see Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, you know what I mean, you see brothers traveling from place to place. You'll see either a camel or in the Bible it's called an ass, but modern it's called a donkey. You know what I mean? You'll see like a camel or a donkey or uh like a chariot, but that was the one of the earliest modes of transportation. All right. So you'll see that word often. Hey, go sit down. Go sit down. Hey, what are you doing? Go sit down. But you'll see that word often. You know what I mean? Whether it's used as a mode of transportation or whether it's just mentioned. Hey, go sit down. Go sit down. But it's going to be a word that you see and use often in the Bible. All right. Are you going to the next one? And then you go ahead and break it down. I know you got the breakdowns right there. God, that's how you that's how you spell it. Now, the F, I think that's what you wrote before, right? The F comes from Yiddish. Or the F sound rather. Like I think the ah when you look in, it's not in the Bible that we have here. It's in one of my older Bibles when each psalm was named after it was Abba Gada. It was but that's how instead of saying alap, and then when you see the Yiddish, that's how they pronounce the pa. Instead of pronouncing it pa, they pronounce it fa. So instead of alap, like you see right there, underline the alap. Instead of pronouncing it alap, they'll pronounce it aleph with an F sound. Like they do it also for like this right here, the ram's horn. It's called the shapar, right? That's what it's called. It's called the shapar. But what you'll hear fake Israelites or what you'll hear the Jewish man call it is the shofar. So whenever you hear a fa sound or an F sound, you know that that's fake. You know that that's Yiddish, but that's what they incorporated. You can look in biblical Hebrew workbook and textbook. You can look at several textbooks, not just that, but everywhere. You know what I mean? Even the fake, even the ish man, even the small hat man, they know that the the original Hebrew only had vowels in it. And it was Abagada Hawaza Khata Yakalamanasa I Patazakwa Rashata. Even they know that. All right. But whenever you hear that F sound, just know that they're speaking Yiddish or they're incorporating Yiddish into what they're trying to teach or show is the Lashawan Qadash Shalaki. You go ahead to the next one. So the Lath is door. The Lath is door. All right. And then what's the next one?
It'll be hand.
Uh
Pictograph. The hana.
no, okay, so it's not hand. It's not hand. It's behold. All right, we'll get the hand in a second. All right. You put a H at the end. All right. It means behold. All right. Let's see. All right, you go to the next one. Abagada ha wa. All right. This wa, I think it's pronounced huh? Kind. Yeah. So it's fish hook. Right? Wah wah. Right. And then za. You know what za means, right? Damn right. Most of that correct. Za. What's the? I'll wait until you finish. That is crazy.
That's wrong.
No, the pronunciation is correct, but the way you wrote it is crazy. That's
Salagi.
damn.
Damn.
I'm gonna call LeBron Zion and tell him how you feel. Tell him how you feel about it. Za ya abagada ha waza. All right, just write it just like that. Za. Ya. And then Khan. Yeah, that's the Khan. Yeah, and that's how they yeah. Yeah, no, it's all good. But that's how they spell it in the I believe that's how they spell it in the Bible. The Zion, and that's how most people spell it. But that's the Hebrew. The English, like when you're reading it in the English, that's just a translation to help you because we're in captivity under the Romans. We're under American captivity who speak English. You know what I mean? So when you read the Bible, that's just a translation from the Hebrew to the English. Right? But that's the Hebrew or that's the what's it called? The phonetic spelling, that's the word. That's how it sounds. That's the spelling of how it sounds. All right. What's the next one? Kha, which means
Wall or the fence.
Khan. And what's the Hebrew for wall of fence? Chawama. Khan. Cha, not ka. Cha. That's all good. That's why we're here. This is class. Chawama. You put an H at the end, which means wall of fence, which is where the picture comes from. Like each pictograph or each symbol, each character that the brother is putting on the board, it comes from. It looks the way it looks because of what it represents. It's very practical. Now, if you look at English, you look at an A, it's like, why does the A look like that? And then they have to go all the way back to the etymology, and you're like, oh, well, this came from the English came from the German, which came from the Italian, which came from the Greek, which came from the Roman, which came from the this, that, and the third. It's going to trace back to the Lashawan Qadash. But the Lashawan Qadash is straightforward. It's very simple. The looks like that because it is the head of a cow, which is why it represents Allah, which means cow. So as you're learning each character, you're learning a word. And as you're learning the word and what it represents, you're learning you're memorizing each character. All right. So Kawama is a fence or a wall, right? Next is what? What you got? Tana'a. Right. Or I guess you could like pronounce it as Tana. Right. That's why that character. I mean, this class pretty much teaches itself. Like that's why I'm gonna be sitting up here all night and being like, that's why that looks like that. Because that's that. Like, I really can't. I mean, this class teaches itself. That character, the Tana'a, looks like that because it's the bottom of a basket. And the character itself looks like the bottom of a basket. Right? So, of course, I don't think I gotta explain baskets to y'all. Hey, anybody in the chat, if I gotta explain baskets to just let me know. I'll go back and explain baskets to y'all. But I think we all understand that baskets are round, usually round, and there's a crossing of what's it called? What do they use? It's like twine, but it's like that cross pattern at the bottom to make sure the basket doesn't fall in. Like when you put things in a basket, it doesn't fall in because it has that support at the bottom, which is what the cross at the bottom. So when you look at the Tana'a, which is a circle with what looks like an X through it or a cross through it, that's where that comes from. Because you got a circular basket with that cross pattern for support for the bottom of the basket. All right, go ahead to the next one. So the Ya is Yad, which is hand. And I think that's what you were saying earlier. So Ya is a hand or Yad. Abagada wazakata ya ka. Okay. All right. So Ya is for Yad, which is hand. All right. Ka is what? You got to just stand to the side. All right. Like when you teaching, just be mindful that people, brothers and sisters behind you are trying to look at what you're writing. All right. Gone. Cop. And that's just the palm of your hand. Like put the palm of your hand toward the screen, not too close, but put it toward the camera. It's that bottom part of your hand, like this part. So everybody has like the bottom part of their hand, and then in the middle you have these lines in the middle, right? That's what you seeing in the pictograph for Ka, right? You point to the Ka, that's what that is, right? It's the bottom part of your hand with the lines that go in the middle. So now every time you see the Ka, you're going to think palm of your hand, cop. So now you recognize the character, and now you memorize the word as well. Right? You can erase all that and then start from Avagada, how was I? Ka, yeah, la. Right. Now, if you go to your oppressor and ask them to explain their language, they're gonna have to tell you if you ask them where their language comes from, and you ask for the breakdown and you try to get to the bottom of it, they're going to have to tell you that this language doesn't belong to them. They're gonna have to tell you that their language comes from. You wrote if, yeah, no, I get you. I get you, brother. I'm the same exact way. But if you talk to your oppressor and what they believe is their language, and you ask them for the origin of their language, they're gonna have to tell you that they stole the language. Just like anything. You ask your oppressor about the street light. You ask your oppressor about the you know what I mean, the heart rate monitor, and the you ask your oppressor about open heart surgery. You ask your oppressor about you know what I mean, anything. You ask your oppressor about anything in their culture that they use regularly. About, you know what I mean, space travel, aviation. You ask your oppressor about any war that's been fought in America. They're going to have to eventually, if you ask enough questions, they're going to eventually have to admit, oh, this came from Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what they're going to have to admit. And it's no different from the language. But go ahead. So la is lamad, which means learn. You know what I mean? Shout out to that brother Lamawad in Dallas. I gotta ask that brother what his name means, but I'm sure it has something to do with this word lamad, which means learn. You ask that brother, we're gonna see him, Lord willing, we'll see that brother tomorrow. I mean, in Dallas, Texas. May ask that brother what his name means, and I'll guarantee that brother's name has something to do with this word lamad, which means to learn. Lamawad. So let's guess. Let's guess together, right, Tizah? So lamad means what? Right? So the brother's name is Lamawad. So what do you think his name means? You just a guess. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But what would you guess? God. So Lamad means learn. Lamawad is there's a Y in the middle. And Lamawad, I don't know if you watching. I don't know if y'all got a Lashawan Qadash class out there in Dallas. But if you watching, Baba Kashai, help us out. So we ain't got to guess. But for now, just for learning purposes, we're gonna take a stab at it. What does a wad mean in the middle of a word? Right. So huh. Now I think you had it. Lamad means learn. The wad in the middle implies the ing or a doing tense. So lamad means learn. Lamawad means learning. Yeah, that's what I'm. You think it too hard. I just told you. Go. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, of course we're gonna ask him tomorrow, but I guarantee you it's in that ballpark. All right, because lamad means learn, and then the wa in the middle is a doing tense. All right. All right, go to the next one. My yum. Uh, okay, no sir. I got it. All right. The ma is for mayum, which means water, right? Which is the root word for a few words. Yum is sea, right? Just and this character especially has a couple this root word especially has a couple root words in it. Or you can a couple sight words in it that you can memorize. So my yum comes from the word yum with a ma in front of it. So yum is sea, right? Ma is a preposition that means from, of, or from, right? So my yum is sea. Ma is from, right? So from the sea. From the sea. What comes from the sea? Water, right? So now you just learned two root words. So my yum is water, yum is sea. All right. And then you add a sha in the beginning. Salakia. Sha mayum. Right. Then you get heaven. Shamayim is heaven. Sha is a preposition that means which or pertaining to. So pertain to what's from the sea, which is water, right? So pertaining to the water, right? Shamayim is describing the properties of heaven. You know what I mean? When you go into space, the suit, the gear that you need to be able to survive for a temporary time in space is the same gear that you would need to survive for a temporary time in deep water, right? Because the properties of water pertain to the heavens, or the properties of heaven pertain to water, right? So Shemayim is built from the word Mayum, which is water, and Mayum is built from the word Yum, which is the sea. All right. So you just learned three You just learned 3 sight words just now. All right. Salakia. Na is na one, which is sprout. Right. Just like a young plant, something sprouting from the ground. Nah, sa is sa wap, which I believe is flag. Salakia. So wap means to establish. And another word is sa mak, which is a flag, right? Because when you establish territory, when you establish anything, you know what I mean? You establish it with a flag. You know what I mean? You see your oppressor riding around with make America great again flags. You see you know what I mean, with them hats. You see Confederate flags. They're establishing that this is their country. You know what I mean? So no matter how much we try to integrate and try to love our oppressor and try to pretend that, oh, America is different. It's not like 1776 America when they signed the you know what I mean, emancipation, or it's like the signed the Constitution. You know what I mean? It's not like the 1920s and the 1930s when we were still picking cotton. It's not like you know what I mean? It's not like back then. You know what I mean? Because whenever we talk about the crimes of our oppressor, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as white people, try to be like, oh, well, that was so long ago. Oh, you living in the past. Oh, why you're not gonna ever be able to move forward? You're not ever gonna be able to grow as a nation if you're still living in the past. You know what I mean? But you still got your oppressor riding around in you know what I mean, in my hometown, in Cincinnati, in the north side of Cincinnati, Lincoln Heights. They riding around with swastikas. They riding around with swastikas. I know you've seen it in Texas. I don't know how long you've been in Texas, but I know you've seen it in Texas. They riding around in they big old you know what I mean? They lifted trucks with the Confederate flag in the back. They got a Confederate flag on one side, and then they got a Make America Great Again flag on the other side. Because that's how you establish a nation. No matter what you say, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. You can say what you want to say. You can say that America is integrated. You can say America is no longer racist. You can say America is for everybody. Like under the Statue of Liberty, it says, give me your poor. Give me your huddled masses. Give me your weak. Give me, you know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing. But when the huddled masses, when the poor, when the refuse come to America and try to seek refuge from the destitute situation that they living in, they get rejected. They get destroyed. They get put in containment centers. They get you know what I mean? They get arrested by ICE. They get their doors kicked in Chicago. You know what I mean? They get zip tied and thrown in the back of budget rental vans. You know what I mean? So you could say, like Oscar Crop say, a pair of lips could say anything. You can say whatever you want to say. But America is established with you know what I mean, the Confederate flag. You know what I mean? They show the establishment of the establishment of America. They show the ideals and the morals and the values that's established in America by the flags that they fly. So when you see this character Sa, it comes from the word Sawap, which means establish, and the word Samak, which means flag, because you use a flag to establish a country, a nation, you know what I mean, territory. You know what I mean? That's where that comes from. All right. Then I, very simple. Ayun, which is an eye, right? Which is like It's right here in your head. You know what I mean? All right, which is why it looks like this, which is why it's pronounced this way. You know what I mean? All of these are pictograms. It's very simple. All right. You want to take over from here? You want to finish out? Or you
I was finished at the
Oh, you
size.
or you say it in the mic.
I was like, now I was done. 'Cause I only had the side. I got to write the rest of them out.
Okay, no sweat. Well, Most High in Christ. Well, I think I hopped up there at the right time.
Come on.
And I just want to, Most High in Christ. This is all due to the brothers that was raised under Commandant General Yohana. This is all coming off from memory. These are things that I've remembered over the years because of brothers like Officer Hazahab in headquarters. Captain Katazai. Who's now in San Antonio. Who knew? But the brothers above me who've been doing this longer than me. Now I've memorized this. What we're writing down on the board. And that's the whole point. What you want to do is commit as much as this is possible to memory. It is real easy to do because all of these characters have a purpose. Now, if you try to commit anything to memory from what you learned in America, Lord be with you. Lord be with you because it's not built for you to. It's nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. Everything that you learn and what's taught to you in America, it doesn't make sense because it's stolen from somewhere else. Even English in itself, everything that you learn in English, you learn English in third grade and they teach you all these words and these rules. They say I after E except there, or I before E except after C, or something some nonsense like that. They teach you, they teach you the silent E. They teach you they teach you all of these whatever rules you learned in English in elementary school. What you got?
I was just gonna say all the things that the doctrine that they teach within the language is so hard to even when you learn in the Hebrew, it's all to break you away from your language. So when you step into your language, you'll have like what I can say um blockers and stuff like that because you'll be so caught up on the English language and all the things. So it just make it kind of hard, a little buffer, more of a buffer to learn the Elijah Kadash. You steady trying to like you said earlier, trying to make a upside down, a sideways A and all that type of stuff. So it just pretty much make it harder for you.
Yeah, and that's if you try to learn the Hebrew with English, it'll be hard for you. But the Hebrew is very easy. The reason why English is so hard is because they stole. That's the straightforward way to understand English. The reason why they teach you a rule in third grade, they teach you I before E except after C, and they teach you, what did you say earlier? A second ago?
The silent
the
E.
silent E and all of that. The reason why they teach you all of those things in third grade, they teach you all these rules in the third grade, and then they teach you how to break that rule in the fourth grade, is because they stole everything. Like if you look up any word right now, you can look up any random word right now on your phone. You look up the etymology, you look up the you go into the origin of any word that you find, and it'll say, oh, it has a German origin, or it has a Russian origin, or it has an Italian or a Greek or a Roman origin. It has this origin, it has that origin. It has a French origin. Like your oppressor went around like go to Genesis. Go to Genesis. I want to say 6. Nope, not 6. Genesis, I believe 3. 2. Go to Genesis 2, and it's toward the end of the chapter.
Genesis 2.
Yeah, Genesis 2 when it talks about the serpent. Just scroll down. It should be like toward the middle or the end. Let me get there with you. Let me see if I can find it. Genesis 2 and do. And then 3, Salakia.
Genesis.
9. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 9. Uh,
I'm on this Bible. Genesis.
14, Salakia. Genesis 3 and chapter 14. And if you could, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Khan. The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon the belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all of the days of thy life.
So this is describing the nature of your oppressor. Read that from the top again.
Khan. Book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field.
So this is the curse that befalls your oppressor. You know what I mean? Because he is the serpent. He is the devil. He is the number one deceiver on this earth. You know what I mean? Go ahead, read on.
And above every beast of the field, upon the belly shall thou go.
So on your belly you shall go. So your oppressor, everything, you know how you gotta be on your belly? You know what I don't want to give it to you. When you're on your belly,
Rock bottom.
yeah, you have to be low to the ground. Go ahead. Read on.
Khan. And dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
What does it mean when a black person says, "Oh, it's time to eat. I'm about to eat"? What that mean? Right, is that?
Pretty much, I'm on the come up. I'm about to.
Yeah.
I'm on the come up.
Yeah.
Salaki, I'm on the come up.
So replace eat with come up.
Salaki, this Khan. And the dust thou shalt come up all the ways of thy life.
So how's the oppressor gonna come up all the days of his life? How's the oppressor gonna come up?
With dust.
He's gonna come up from the dust. He's gonna come up from the dust, and he's gonna everything he's gonna get it from on his belly and licking up the dust. He's gonna be a low down dirty bastard. That's what this is saying. Everything that he gonna get it out the dust. He gonna get it by being a low down dirty bastard. That's what this is talking about. And that's what you see with Donald Trump. He got the presidency he couldn't have been a president without being a 34 count felon first. That's how he got the presidency. By being a low down dirty bastard. Make America great again. That is a biblical statement. When your oppressor says they're going to make America great again, and then they send ICE into neighborhoods where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans reside, and they arrest you, they shoot you down in your cars and in your houses, and go ahead, what you got?
I was gonna say about the part that you brought out about our president, the 34 counts of convicted felon or whatnot. Pretty much he want to talk about he want to press the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but he fits the stereotype that the people that he's against. He has, as the president, he has 5 kids, 3 baby mamas. He lives on government housing, and he's a convicted felon. But he want to tell us that we ghettos, and he want to target the black community. But Salagi, sir.
Get out of here. Get that ahead, man. That's the point. That's the whole point. Your oppressor, he's gonna get it from being a low down dirty bastard. Even though he lives the same exact lifestyle that you live, he claims that he's destroying Venezuelan ships and he's deporting, brothers and sisters who are born and raised here. He's arresting brothers and sisters via ICE. He's, you know what I mean, giving police officers who's already been taking the lives of black people and Hispanics and Native Americans, he's giving them immunity. So just like who was it that just got arrested or just got convicted? I believe the police officer who took the life of Sonia Massey, he just got convicted. You know what I mean?
I think he had like 10 years. They ain't even give him life.
Yeah, he didn't give him enough, whatever it was. But when they're already taking your life, he's gonna give them immunity. Even though he's a felony, he's a felon. He's gonna give you life, and he's gonna take your life, and he's gonna immunize the police who takes your life, even though he's a felon. He's a hypocrite. Because everything that he gets, he's going to get it from his belly, or he's going to get it from a low down condition. He's going to get it out the dust. He's going to get it from the dust. He has to be a low down bastard to succeed in America. Even though, like you just read, he's on government assistance. I want to dig into that a little bit, but he's on government assistance, but then he's removing he wants to remove SNAP benefits and government assistance from Hispanics and Native Americans. Even though, you know what I mean, your oppressor is the number one recipient. He's the highest recipient of government assistance. They're going to try to take it from you and claim that you're the problem. Because he's a low down bastard. He can't succeed without being a hypocrite. He can't succeed without robbing you. How did they get America? They robbed America from the Native Americans, which are Hispanics, also Hispanics and Native Americans. And then they built America on slave labor. And then what they want to tell you to pull yourself up on your bootstraps. You know what I mean? They want to tell you, after they stole the land from you, after they taught you their language and gave you their white Jesus, they want to say, oh, if you don't like it, leave. They want to make America great again. And then they say, you got to leave after you built up America and made it great in the first place. Your oppressor is a low down, dirty bastard. Let's go to Genesis 4:12 real quick. That's the one I really want.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto the herd strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Read that last sentence.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
This is the spirit of your oppressor. This is talking about Cain and Abel. When Cain took the life of Abel, what you got?
I'm gonna just give a breakdown on the word vagabond and the fugitive.
Oh, please go ahead.
Pretty much a fugitive, somebody that's on the run, and vagabond like somebody committed a crime and they pretty much on the run.
Yeah, fugitive. Well, okay, so that's a fugitive. What you just described, that's a fugitive. A vagabond. You know what a vagabond is?
Someone that's homeless. I think.
Yeah,
somebody that's homeless.
Somebody that has no home. That's exactly what that is. So not only are they on the run, a fugitive is on the run. You know what I mean? A fugitive is constantly on a run. They constantly are avoiding accountability. You understand? You with me so far? So a fugitive, if you stole something, right? If you robbed a bank and the police are after you, if you're a fugitive from the law, you're trying to run away from paying for the crime that you committed. That's your oppressor. Because they stole this land, they robbed, pillaged, murdered their way to the top. They did all sorts of diabolical things. We got tons of books in our library full of the diabolical things. You know what I mean? I believe it's a book called "Tell the Children Our Story." It's a direct primary source of slaves who are telling the story of what they personally experienced during slavery. You know what I mean? You look in the Willie Lynch letters, and it talks about how they sexually assaulted our men and our women to put us in a condition to where we are today. Now you got what's bro name? No Fugazi, David Cooley, you know what I mean? Well, we got this battle of the sexes where now black women hate black men and black men hate black women. You got Hispanics hating black people hate Hispanics, Native Americans, and things like that. That's from your oppressor robbing and murdering and pillaging his way to the top and then doing diabolical things to pit us against one another. You know what I mean? And anytime we try to hold him accountable, then he says, "Oh, that was so long ago, man. That wasn't me. I never owned slaves." Even though they benefit from the inheritance that they received from slavery. Their parents had plantations. Their parents had slaves. Their parents had free labor, which brought them more money, which allowed them to pass down a house and money, you know what I mean, in their will and all those different things. Even slaves themselves, like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, were the inheritance of our oppressor. And then now, 4 or 5 generations later, not even 4 or 5 generations, like 2 or 3 generations later, they say, "Oh, I never owned slaves. My grandfather or my father owned slaves, but I never owned slaves." But you're the beneficiary. You're the beneficiary of your parents owning slaves. They're constantly trying to run away from accountability. They're fugitive. They're running away because if they had to pay for the crime that their family committed, they would not only have to return everything that they stole, but they would have to serve a punishment for that. And I promise you, the Lord is going to make sure you serve that punishment out. But what's a vagabond though? You said somebody without a home. Where's an American from? American white person from? That's a good question, ain't it?
I don't truly know their timeline.
They from the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah.
They was what we're reading right now, Cain was, that's why he's called a vagabond, because he was sent away from the rest of the people or the rest of his family. He killed or he took the life of his brother. So he was sent away. And he came from, or his descendants came from the mountains. You know what I mean? We'll get that later. I don't want to go too scripture heavy. This is the Lashawan Qadash class. But, you know what I mean? He came from the mountains. I mean, he was sent to the mountains. But, Salakia. But you ask any oppressor right now, you ask where they from, they're going to be like, "Oh, I'm," and I challenge you. I want you to see this, right? You ask, like we was talking yesterday to the oppressor outside. And I asked him, "What's your ethnicity?" And he was like, I'm just some white dude." Like when they say white, they say it with some shame. Like you, I know you be in a club. I'm messing with you, but you know what I mean. You talk to it, you see a oppressor. You know what I mean. The daughters of your oppressor. You know what I mean. You talk to a white woman. You're like, "Hey, are you?" You know what I mean. You ask them the ethnicity of their father, or you ask them like, "What's your ethnicity?" They're gonna be like, "I'm white." They say it with shame. Like it's like that they're a vagabond in the earth. Like they don't have a place that they belong. They don't have a home. That's why they everywhere they go, they pillage. They pillage, and then what do they do when they pillage? They came and took the life of the Native Americans, and then what did they become?
Overseers, I say fucking.
I'll give you another one. They became, let me give you an obvious example. But when they came over here, they took the life of the Native Americans, and then they became the Native Americans. They came and took your culture, and then they became, they braid their hair as there was a diss track. I don't even know bro name. I don't even know dude name, but he talking about hanging black people and I don't even know it's a song that just came out by some oppressor, but he's rapping.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you basically giving a breakdown about how you lynching people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
God.
through lyrics.
gone. But whose style are they using to express their white supremacist lifestyle? They're using your style. They rapping about how they lynch black people. So even as they're trying to express their hate for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they're using your style. They're using your expression. They're using your music, your style of music, to express their hate for you. They're a vagabond. They don't even have a culture. They don't even have their own style. They steal your style. That's what this is talking about. That's why when you look at the Lashawan Qadash, just to bring it full circle before we close out, when you look at your oppressors, or when you look at your oppressor's language and you see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's why it looks like like you said earlier, the I looks like a sideways A. Because they stole your language and made it their own. Because they're a vagabond. You know what I mean? The die looks like a triangle because they stole your language and they made it their own. You know what I mean? Even when you look at what's it called? Greek symbols. Like when you look at the Assyrian, the tha in the Assyrian looks like a what's it called? The pi symbol, I believe. Or the theta. It might be the theta. The ha looks like a pi symbol, I believe. Or the ha, Salakia. But the Greek and the English characters, in the English letters, they look like the Hebrew, whether it's the ancient or the Assyrian, because they're a vagabond and they don't have a culture without stealing your culture. All right, that's why you got the Jew, the Ishman. You know what I mean? The small hat man who steals your culture and becomes the most successful. You know what I mean? People in America. You know what I mean? But there's a judgment that comes for them too. You know what I mean? But we ain't gonna get into that. I guess, you know what I mean, Monday, you know what I mean, you want to get into it, brothers and sisters, and we'll get into it Monday. We'll get into the details of all of that on Monday. But that's why these characters look so the law right here. That's why it looks like a L in the English. Because they had to steal your culture and make it their own. The I, that's why it looks like a O, because they had to steal what you had. You get the point, right? All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and close it out right there. We're going to pick up from where we left off next week. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always put them in the chat. And then even if the class ain't live, then I'll get back to you and answer your questions. You can always hit me up directly. And then morning, noon, and night, if you know what I mean, once this class ends, morning, noon, and night, if you got a question, you can hit that QR code in that top corner over there. And then there'll be a brother in that chat to answer your questions and solve all your problems. I mean, I'll be in that chat as well. I mean, so if you want to get in that chat, you want to hit that QR code right there. I mean, if you got any Lashawan Qadash related questions, then you can put it in that chat, and then I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Or you can just come to class. You know what I mean? I'll give you all the class information that you need, and then we'll go from there. But with that, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, the individual Madram, which means to stand. Amadra Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahaba Shem Yahweh Brakta, Yajim Matah. Sorry, we're going to turn and face the sisters, give a courtesy salute to the sisters. But if it's Amadra Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Latham Bashim Yahweh Shah, Yajim Matah. Class dismissed.